Well, folks, I used to go to Target. You used to go to Target. We all used to go to Target. I say used to because they've decided to full-on join the LGBTQ plus minus divided by sign propaganda group. It is amazing to watch as the media and Democrats rush to defend woke corporations pushing some of the most egregious garbage on children I have ever seen. So Target is the corporation of the day. Now, as we approach the holy month of Pride, June, as this happens, we see more and more corporations coming out of the woodwork to demonstrate their fealty to the great religion of our republic. Of course, that is not Christianity. It's not the Judeo-Christian value system. It's not anything traditional. The great religion of our nation is the pride progress flag. That is the thing that we must all pay obeisance to. In fact, we have an entire holy month complete with martyrology, complete with religious ceremony, complete with the Children's Crusade. And every corporation must bow before it. The latest corporation to bow before it is over at Target. So Target, it's actually fairly easy to boycott Bud Light, right? Bud Light, it's pretty easy to boycott because, again, when you target one beer, you can just go buy another beer. And yeah, that beer may be just as woke, but you're making the point that when you go hire a man dressed as a woman to sell your beer to lower income men, it's not going to work very well. Target, because it is a store that has everything in it, and many people use it as like the place where they go for grocery shopping, plus where they go for clothes, plus where they go for games and toys. Because it's sort of everything to everybody, it's harder to boycott. But that doesn't mean it is not worth the boycott. Because now they've been pushing, as we mentioned on the show, trans propaganda to children. They actually pushed a swimming suit that has tuck abilities. For boys who want to pretend they're girls, they can shove their penis and balls back underneath them so they appear more like girls. And these are available for people of all ages and all sizes. Not specifically children, say the fact checkers, but available for all genders and for people of various sizes and ages. And of course, Target had plastered their stores with a bunch of LGBTQ propaganda all the way down to like LGBTQ onesies for small babies, because there's nothing that says tolerance and diversity quite like shoving an LGBTQ agenda down on a small baby. So now the backlash has begun. According to Fox News, some Southern Target stores were forced by the corporation to move LGBTQ pride merchandise away from the front of their locations after customer outrage to avoid a Bud Light situation. Many Target locations across the country feature massive June Pride Month displays on an annual basis, with items this year ranging from tuck-friendly bathing suits for transgender people to mugs that say gender fluid. But the retail juggernaut has been criticized by some conservatives for the displays, with children's items particularly irking many customers. Well, it shouldn't just be children's items. I'm not aware of any other ideological campaign that takes place on a yearly basis at these major corporations other than Black History Month that gets this kind of attention. Right? Literally, it doesn't happen. It's like all the left-wing agenda items. You have Women's History Month, Black History Month, and Pride Month. Those are the holy trinity of actual holiday seasons. In Judaism, the big three are Shavuos, Sukkot, Pesach, right? Those are the three big holidays. Those are the Shalosh Regalim. Those are the ones where you make like in the ancient times, you'd go on foot to the temple to offer your sacrifices on those holidays. Okay, in the pagan mythology of the United States, the three big months are Black History Month, Women's History Month, Pride Month. Those are the three big ones. And so all the corporations have started mirroring this sort of garbage. And now finally, consumers are like, you know what? No, we're not interested in helping you with our money propagandize these particular efforts. A Target insider said there were emergency calls on Friday. Some managers and district senior directors were told to tamp down the Pride sections immediately. We were given 36 hours, told to take down all the Pride stuff, the entire section, and move it into a section that's a third the size. From the front of the store to the back of the store, you can't have anything on mannequins and no large signage. We call our customers guests. There's outrage on their part. This year, it's just exponentially more than any other year. I think with the current situation with Bud Light, the company is terrified of a Bud Light situation. Good. They should be terrified of a Bud Light situation because they have made their bed and now they ought to lie in it. Memorial Day is an amazing time to honor and remember our brave service people who made the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. It's also a time to come together as a nation, gather with our loved ones, and enjoy some excellent times and some excellent meat. What better way to do that than with premium 100% American meat from Good Ranchers? Good Ranchers isn't like the other meat delivery companies that import a majority of their products. They're passionate about delivering the finest 100% American meat directly to your doorstep. Here's something special. Good Ranchers proudly offers a 10% discount to all past and present service members as a way of saying thank you for their service. But that's not it. In honor of Memorial Day, Good Ranchers is giving my listeners an exclusive opportunity. When you use code BEN, you'll get 20% off site-wide. From tender steaks to succulent chicken, Good Ranchers has it all. GoodRanchers.com is where you go. Fire up the grill on Memorial Day with family and friends. Know the meat you're enjoying is not only of the highest quality, but it also supports American ranchers. Visit GoodRanchers.com today. Use my code BEN to get 20% off site-wide. That's promo code BEN at GoodRanchers.com. Good Ranchers is indeed American meat delivered. I know they're good. They actually made me a kosher steak. It was amazing. Go to GoodRanchers.com, promo code BEN, get 20% off site-wide for Memorial Day. When you're looking for a job, it can be tough to stand out from all the other candidates. On the flip side, when you're hiring, it can be tough to find an applicant that really stands out, which is why you need to check out ZipRecruiter. I remember the discomfort of not being able to find a job that I wanted. Very early in my career, I worked at a major law firm. I decided I hated it and I quit. And then I had to look for a job. It was really difficult. It was really hard to get connected with the right people. ZipRecruiter makes the magic happen. ZipRecruiter helps you find the most qualified people for your roles fast. Right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/dailywire. ZipRecruiter's matching technology helps you find the most qualified candidates for a wide variety of roles. If you see a candidate you like, you can easily send them a personal invite so they're more likely to apply. Their user-friendly dashboard makes it easy to filter, review, and rate your candidates all from one place. Let ZipRecruiter help you find the best people for all your roles. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within day one. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/dailywire. Try ZipRecruiter for free. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/dailywire. ZipRecruiter is indeed the smartest way to hire. Again, check them out at ZipRecruiter.com/dailywire. Try them out for free. They're the most effective, efficient way to find the person you need to fill that job. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And again, this is not just Target that is promoting this garbage to kids. The Dodgers, as we pointed out, the Los Angeles Dodgers have now reinvited quote-unquote queer nuns. The ridiculous idiocies of the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. They call them life-saving groups, like the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, who every year hold events at which they have queer people dress up as Jesus and Mary and mock the Christian story and mock Catholicism. Genius move by the LA Dodgers. By the way, if you're a Catholic, don't go to a Dodgers game. It is that simple. If you're a Christian, you shouldn't. If you're a person who believes in Judeo-Christian values, you should not go to a Dodgers game based on their decisions to do this sort of stuff. We went very quickly from live and let live to you will celebrate this flag or you will be deemed a traitor to the state religion. It's pretty amazing. And again, it's not just the Dodgers. It's also North Face, right? Every corporation is going to do it. Every corporation. You will be forced to participate by corporate America combined with the government. You will be forced to participate in the celebration of alternative sexual lifestyles that completely undermine the fundamental bases of Judeo-Christian morality and traditional society. Here is North Face promoting this kind of nonsense.
Hi, it's me, Patagonia, a real-life homosexual. And today I'm here with the North Face. We are here to invite you to come out in nature with us. Wow, this is nice. We like to call this little tour the Summer of Pride.
Yeah, this seems supernatural.
Everything.
It's like, look at the nature. So much nature happening. A dude with a mustache and long hair in ladies' clothing with a TV in the middle of the field.
And celebrated Pride across the nation with hundreds of you.
So much pride, guys.
This year, we're back again with 2 new stops.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this will be every corporation for a month. Prepare yourselves. This is the way it's going to go. Okay, fine. So if this is the fight the left wants, this is the fight the left is going to have. And they know it's unpopular. They know that most Americans are not in favor of this stuff being shoved in the faces of children. That most Americans, who still do go to church on a fairly regular basis, a huge number of Americans still go to church. They're not real fond of like the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, but they're going to push this crap anyway. Okay, well, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. If you're a corporation, F around and find out. I see how it goes for you. All right, so it turns out that most Americans are not in favor of transing the kids or pushing pride progress flags in kindergarten classrooms or any of the rest of this sort of nonsense. And despite the best efforts of the media to pretend otherwise, that is just the simple fact. Every time they tried to claim that the quote-unquote don't say gay law in Florida, which, by the way, people say gay all the time here in Florida. I live here. There are a lot of gay people who live in Florida, as it turns out. This notion that you can't say gay or you're going to be arrested, that's a lie. It's not true. But it's a really popular law? Saying that you're not allowed to teach sexual orientation and gender identity to school kids. That is not the job of teachers. That actually is a really popular proposition across the country. Parents don't want that garbage being taught to their kids. If they want to teach their kids that stuff themselves, that is their problem. But this notion that you are obligated to turn your kid over to a state employee to be taught the state religion of LGBTQ plus minus divided by sign is absurd. Most Americans are not into that. So the left has to come up with what they think are 60-40 propositions the other way in order to run against the conservatives, right? If conservatives are now winning when it comes to the economy, which they are, if they're winning on social issues, which they largely are, well, then Democrats have to come up with some response. So they have some 60-40 issues they think they're going to win. They think abortion is a 60-40 issue. It's why they've been featuring, for example, so much talk about these abortion bans in states like Florida that start at 6 weeks. Right? They think that that's a 60-40 issue. Most Americans are not into those sorts of abortion bans. And nationally speaking, that may well be correct. Nationally speaking, most Americans are somewhere between 10 and 12 weeks in where they think abortion should be banned. But that may be true nationally. It's not state specific. Right? So they can exploit the gap between how people feel in Florida and how people feel nationally in order to go after people like Ron DeSantis or Brian Kemp in Georgia, for example, or Mike DeWine in Ohio. However, the when it comes to the LGBTQ plus minus divided by sign agenda, they run into some real issues because, as it turns out, people are not real fond of an agenda that suggests that all sexual behavior is morally equivalent. Alrighty, guys, the rest of the show continues right now. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll be getting into the mailbag. If you're not a member, become a member. Use code Shapiro. Check out for 2 months free on all annual plans. Click the link in the description and join us.